If you think of the most popular and attractive businesses, it's the engineers that are in the lead. It's not, the businessman who's running the business. It's the engineer. It's Steve Jobs that's running the business. It's, Elon Musk running the business.
Hi, my name is Glenn Dickerson. I graduated from Temple in 2011 with a degree in civil and construction engineering technology. Currently, I work for Turner Construction. I'm a procurement agent as well as project superintendent.
My name is Stephen McKessey, graduated with a degree in civil engineering, class of 2007. So I am currently the vice president of strategy as well as I manage a portfolio of construction projects in New York for Laird Cumming.
So as a senior, I went to Carver High School. And I got exposed to the different parts of engineering, robotics, civil, mechanical, electrical. And being there, it felt like home, right? And I was able to work with different projects. I worked on senior design and things like that. But while I was there, I got involved in this organization called ACE Mentoring. So I got exposed to people in the construction industry and what they do. I was able to see different job sites and see how buildings were being built. And between me being at Carver and then those constant repairs with my dad, fixing different things on cars and around the house, being a handyman, that kind of just drew me towards that passion of being an engineer. And I got to see, the most important part about Carver is I got to see people who looked like me, right, as a mentor, but also as, a leverage, being able to have people around me that I can use as a resource if I want to ask a question or if I have an issue with something, or, being able to see myself 2 years from now, 5 years from now, 10 years from now, right? Being able to see a black engineer in person, right, is very, very important.
And it's kind of interesting, I see you still in the gym, keeping it tight. But so when I was here a few years before Glenn, we had a program. I was the president of the National Society of Black Engineers for Temple. And we had a program with Carver where we got, thank Dr. Kia, signed off that we could do a shadow day with them. And these young people, as high schoolers, got to come on campus, meet us first thing in the morning, go to all our classes with us, go to the student rec center if you wanted to. They worked whatever your normal routine was. They came to a NSBE meeting with me, came inside the dorms. This is their first time, some of them are freshmen, sophomores, and they're getting a real hands-on experience. And that's the type of exposure that I wish more young people got, because they go off to college and they don't know anything but what they see on TV.
I think that everybody takes the approach that engineers are extremely smart. And the reason why I say that is because yes, we are smart in some factors and some capacity, right? But we are not always the smartest person in the room. A lot of engineers, work hard and have a good work ethic, and over time and through failure and through different processes, they start to, really learn and get a stride.
There's two big misconceptions, in my opinion, right? One is that engineers are in the background doing all the grunt work, right? But in 2022, guess what? Now we're no longer in the background. It's not, the businessman who's running the business. It's the engineer. It's Steve Jobs that's running the business. It's, Elon Musk running the business. It's, whatever, if you think of the most popular and attractive businesses, it's the engineers that are in the lead, right? So we are leaders, and not just doing things in the background, facilitating somebody else's dream. We have our own dreams that we're building, and we're delivering on them, and now we're also monetizing on those dreams. I think the second one is and there's no better way to say it, is that like engineers are like basic, right? So when I say basic, I mean like, you know, like they're minimalist. They can't have on the best sneakers. They can't put on a fine tailored suit. When you imagine this man walking down the street looking like this, I don't think engineer. When people see black people, they don't think engineer. We've got, you know, a vice president and a head of a procurement manager sitting right in front of you. I guarantee if you put up the pictures of all the people interviewed, you wouldn't say, oh, that guy is the vice president, that guy's running and like literally negotiating contracts for millions and millions of dollars would be this guy. Except for maybe the tie, that's a good looking tie.
I would have to say transportation. I think transportation here in the U.S. is definitely like leaps and bounds above some of the third world countries.
So I would say housing and community inequities, right? So even in the U.S., like you look at like the housing conditions for certain like, you know, whether it's minority groups or, you know, social economic groups, like it's not on par with the standard of living that I think we should have across the U.S. And I think we can create, you know, better, more sustainable housing.